If you've got a really sweet tooth, then this recipe is for you. It's our take on treacle tart with a ginger twist. To begin with, on our tart, we need to make the pastry case, and that's made with flour, sugar, butter, and a little bit of lemon zest. Okay, and then we put the filling in of our golden syrup, breadcrumbs, and ginger. Wow. Okay, so classic British dessert. Yeah. And we start with our sweet paste. So Jamie, if you can take the lid off. Yep. And John, throw in our flour, just plain flour. Easy. There we go. And our butter, which is cold butter. It's important that. Cold. So this is the process that you would normally, where you rub it in until it with your fingertips until it comes like breadcrumbs. Yep. But the machine's going to do the work for us. So give that a blend. And then as soon as you've got that coarse breadcrumbs, we can add in our sugar. Most of it's going in. Oh.
What about this bit?
That needs to go in there as well. Come on, John. And before we blend it up, John, if you can put in some lemon zest. Yeah. So you can do it without the lemon and just do plain sweet pastry. But this uses lemon, which cuts through the richness of the golden syrup later on. Okay. We're also going to add 1 egg. That's great. Now you don't want to overwork it, so at this point we'll tip it out onto the table. Yep. Get all of that from inside. Okay. Yep. So a nice soft pastry. You don't want to overwork it at this stage. So, Jamie, if you can wrap that up in cling film. Yep. Like so. And that needs to go into a fridge to set up for about an hour. Fortunately, I know how impatient you guys are. So here's one we already made earlier. A little bit of extra flour to dust the work surface. The only bit we need to be a little bit careful of, try and keep it in a roundish shape. Yeah. And just roll it out. When I said roundish, I just mean every so often. That's not very round, look at that. So every so often you just need to flip it and go the other way as well. Yeah, I was getting to that point. Otherwise it doesn't end up round. So, keep going. Right, okay. And every so often lift it off the table as well. Just easy. And the size you're looking for is that. Okay, so just a bit bigger than that, so we're going to sit it in there eventually. Perfect. So just nice and flat and level all the way around. And redoes it. So, there we go. That's what we're looking for. And at this stage, you see it's bigger than the tray all the way around. We just lift up, roll it onto the rolling pin, so it's nice and easy to lift back down in. Don't push it in. At this stage, make sure you lift it up so you can just ease it in. And then push down gently with the back of your finger. So, there we go. You just want to leave a little bit around the edge because it will shrink back in as it cooks slightly. Now what we need to do is bake it blind, okay? So, bake it blind? Bake it blind, which means we want to cook it, but we don't want it to rise, okay? So we put that in there. Yeah. And chickpeas or baking beans or something inside. We're not going to eat them. They're just there to serve a purpose and stop the pastry case from rising. It's like a weight. Yep. There we go. Now this does need half an hour to an hour resting in a fridge just to relax before you bake it. But we're going to skip that stage so that you don't have to wait. Instead, we're going to put it straight into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, and then take the paper and the beans out and cook it for another 5. So our pastry case has had 15 minutes of cooking. Then the lining came out with the beans, and we cooked it for another 5 minutes. Then it's come out, it's cooled down slightly, and what we've done is go around with a serrated edge and just cut all the excess bits that hang out, okay, and break them off so you get a nice flat level, okay? Now it's ready for our filling, which John, you're in charge of. Yeah. So golden syrup is obviously the main thing here, lots and lots of it, and into it you're going to place lots and lots and lots of white stale breadcrumbs, okay? So this is just any stale bread you've got lying around. Who hid that in there? Get rid of that. Put those in there. That's fun. And if you can just squeeze the juice of half a lemon in there. Now we've got lemon zest in our pastry case, a little bit of lemon juice in there, but also some ground ginger, which goes in there, pinch off, and then if you just whisk that up, so make sure you get it all out from inside the whisk, and then once it's fully combined, tip the whole lot into here, and then Jamie, if you can put that into our oven, so it's been cooled down to 150 degrees Celsius, and it needs 25 or 30 minutes until you shake it and the wobble has stopped.
Look at that, John. We did that.
See how simple it is?
Different ingredients and we put them together.
Team effort, but look how rich that is. I think there's some creme fraiche over there. So something that's just going to cut through the richness, and a bit of mint, John. There we go. Sprig of mint. That's great, John. That's great, John. Maybe just that bit. Beautiful. Look at that. It's clean, it's crisp, it's our take on treacle tart. Sorted.
Now I love treacle tart, so this better live up to expectations. John, That is incredible.
Jamie, well done.
And if you like, because you get more pastry and do the latter separate. That's right, John, we didn't want any more anyway.
Could have done with a bit more mint.